Question 5. Joaquim takes part in 2 races. The probability that he wins the first race is 0.6, so that's shown here based on the first race. Probability that he wins the second race is 0.7, and that's shown at this section. Complete the probability tree diagram. So with it being a 0.6% probability of Joaquim winning the first race, 1 minus that will give us the probability of him losing the first race, which is 0.4. Similar situation with the 0.7 in the second race. Take it away from 1 to get 0.3 here. And technically this is still the second race, just in a different future. So we have the same probabilities as we do above, 0.7 and 0.3. Part B, work out the probability that Joaquim wins both races. So him winning both races is going to involve us winning the first race and winning the second race. So in order to have a win and a win, we're going to be multiplying these probabilities together. So we'll have a 0.6 times a 0.7, which will give us a 0.42. Next part, Joaquim takes part in a third race. The probability that he wins this third race is 0.2. Before we even read the question here, we can add that information to our diagram. We have this third race that's going on here, a win and a loss. And we know that the probability of him winning this race is a 0.2. So I could just very quickly add 0.2 and 0.8 will be the other probability to each of the following. So 0.2, 0.8. You don't technically need to show this in the diagram, but seeing it will make it easier for highlighting the next step, which is work out the probability that he wins exactly one of the 3 races. Now it's important to note here, exactly one of the 3 races. So what we're looking for here is a win-loss-loss, a loss-win-loss, a loss-loss-win, and because of the fact that we could have either of these options, we're going to add these probabilities together. So win-loss-loss first of all. If we look at this, we have a win here, we have a loss here, and a loss here, involving the numbers 0.6, 0.3, and 0.8. So we have a 0.6 times 0.3 times 0.8 for that. We can't just take this and we can't just take this and times it by 3 to get the other 2 options, because these are not equally likely. So we have to go through the multiplying for the other ones. Second step, loss, win, loss. We have, let me just make this a little bit clearer. We have a loss first of all here, followed by a win, followed by a loss. So 0.4 times 0.7 times 0.8. So 4, 7, 8, 0.4, 0.7, 0.8. And lastly, loss, loss, win. 4, 3, 2, 0.4 times 0.3 times 0.2. And then we can chuck all that in the calculator in one go. If you set this out as fractions, like you've used 3/5 and 3/10 and 4/5 and multiplied them together, that's totally fine. Your calculator will probably give you this as a fraction answer anyway. Either are acceptable in this case. If we multiply and add all of those values together, we will end up with 49 out of 125, or you could write this as 0.392. Because of the fact that we've done this with decimals the whole way, I'd be inclined to stick with that, but it doesn't technically matter. As long as the answer is correct, you're going to get the marks. Done.